Alright guys, hello everybody. Today I want to talk about a few things regarding Wuthering Waves. There's been a lot of discussion when it comes to should you whale, should you free to play, how you're going to play, what are you going to buy. People are just curious in general. I've seen a lot of people like kind of trash talking everybody. It often happens with those gacha games. It's one part of the community fighting the other part of the community, and I think it's all a bit silly, to be honest. But I'm sure like reasonable people will not take this seriously, obviously. So what I want to talk about is what I am going to do personally. Before I do that, I do want to touch on the point of, is it bad, is it good to be a whale or not? I think you do whatever the freak you want to do. I think it's perfectly reasonable if you want to put as much money as you want into the game. That said, obviously, only spend what you can afford to spend. So, spend reasonably. Now, if you have a lot of money that you can spend and you want to spend it on your characters, just do it. Some characters are great and they look good. If you want to get skins, if you want to get, constellations or eidolons, or I think they're called resonance or something in the game. That said, I will say, I think a lot of those kind of game, a lot of the gacha games, they tend to be trivialized if you actually C6 your character. If you max out your character and their weapon, the game is going to be broken because your characters are going to be very, very strong. If you don't mind that aspect, if you like just stomping on the game, then go ahead and have a good time. I don't think anyone can say the way you're having fun is wrong. It's not like that. Unfortunately, from what I've seen so far in all of those games from past experience, and nobody's been talking about that, it seems that you're not able to deactivate your constellations or your resonance, which I think is a bit unfortunate. I wish they allowed that in Genshin, Star Rail, and whatever other games. I wish they would allow you to just say, okay, I want to turn off my constellation so I can have a better challenge. So maybe in the future, they could add that. That would be awesome, I think. That way, you can pull for as many constellations as you want. And if you want to deactivate them, then there you go. You can enjoy the game. That said, let's be real. A lot of people are saying that this game is for a hardcore gamer. But the game is not going to be difficult. The game is going to be relatively easy, and there's only going to be a few things specifically that can be hard if you want to tackle it, right? Like the very strong bosses that every time you beat them, you get access to a stronger level. And what is very nice with the game is that the stronger level doesn't mean that they have more HP or that they deal more damage, but it also it changes their attack patterns, right? They get more skills, and that's very, very nice. I think this is a good way to tackle difficulty, because it doesn't mean that you're just, doing the same thing, just you can't get hit. Which, I mean, that's fine, but it feels like artificial difficulty, which is not very, very interesting in my opinion. Okay, so now, if you want to whale, just whale. And for free-to-play, a lot of people are doing the free-to-play like it's a challenge. They're like, yeah, I want to be free-to-play and see how far I can get. And I think this is fine, but let's be real, it's not really... It kind of used to be the meta at some point. And, the whole, I'm the only mother lover that should be praised for not spending money on the game. I think this is stupid, honestly. Like, don't do free-to-play just because you think that people are gonna look at you and be like, oh my god, oh, our god or our goddess, you're so good at the game because you're not spending money. Let's be real, it doesn't matter. If you want to challenge yourself, that's fine, but don't take this as a badge of honor. So yeah, I think as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. Personally, am I gonna be free to play or am I gonna be a whale? I'm gonna be neither. I'm gonna be a dolphin. I think I'll probably buy the Lunite subscription, which is the equivalent of a Welkin in Genshin. That's gonna be like $5. And I'm probably gonna get the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass is free, the base version of it, like in most games, and you can purchase it to gain additional rewards. That's called the Insider Channel. And it comes in two versions. There's the $10 version and there's $20 version that will get you a bit more reward and instantly get you some levels. Those are the prices that were in the CBT. So that's always subject to changes, I suppose. But this is kind of the norm in the gacha industry, I suppose. On top of it, of course, the Battle Pass is going to have a 4-star weapon selector, which is only available through the Battle Pass. So if you want that, obviously you can go for it. All of that said, why am I going free-to-play or Dolphin? And the reason for it, it's not really difficult. The reason why is because I'm broke. I'm just broke AF. So I'm not going to be spending money because I just don't have any money. So maybe if there's a character I really, 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 really love, I can put like $100 in the game and try to get the character. At the end of the day, I want to have fun. And if one of the character really strikes my fancy, maybe I'll put a few bucks in it to try to get that character, right? So, speaking of characters, which are the characters I really like and I intend to play in the game? So here are all the characters that we currently know. Of course, Jinyan is most likely going to be the first raid-up character, and then followed by Yinlin. All the others are the standard banner characters, and a bunch of them are free. From what I remember, I think that Sanhua, Baiji, Yang, Shixia, and maybe Danjin? I think all of those are free, that you can just acquire through playing and through doing some new player missions, I'm pretty sure. So those I'm gonna have. Now, which one am I gonna try to get? Which one am I gonna select with the 5-star selector that we get early on? And who am I gonna pull for? So first of all, I think with the 5-star selector, I am most likely going to get Encore because I think she's absolutely adorable and I love her. Jiangxin is also pretty cool. She has some issues. They've mentioned that they're going to rework her. So maybe she's gonna end up being worth it. But honestly, Encore is just so adorable that I really want to have her. Maybe I'll get Jiangxin later if I can. Now, for the raid-up character, I am probably going to skip Jinyan because I like my waifus, what can I say? And I will go for Yinlin because Yinlin has 2 massive, and I mean massive points in her favor. And these are the puppet she has and the 2 dots under her eyes that make her look like a Ditto if you hide the eyes. And I just love that. I've been in love with the 2 little dots. I can't unsee it. It was the same with Sparkle. I adore that shit, and that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, what can I say? Now, in terms of which character am I going to play, I actually think that I'm going to level up Rover, because Rover is Spectro. Currently, he's the only Spectro with Verena. I'm not really interested in Verena. She's very, very OP at the moment. That's fine. Personally, I don't really care. And you're limited in terms of what resources you have to spend earlier in the game. So I'm going to focus on Rover. I'm going to be playing the female one because she's incredibly hot. The guy is a bit plain in my opinion. He's still very attractive, right? But the girl is top tier. I think she's the hottest female MC in any gacha game so far. So I'm going to build her. The other characters I'm going to build would be Encore, if I get her. I also want to build Yinlin when I get her, when she comes out, right? And then I'm not too sure. I'm kind of hesitating. That would be 3 characters, right? But Yinlin is not gonna come out right away. Maybe it will take me a bit of time before I get Encore. And in that case, Sanhua seems to be a pretty good like sub DPS ice, right? Baiji could be a nice support. I've heard that I think it's Danjin, who's like incredibly broken. So maybe either Danjin or Taochi is the one I'm going to build. I'm not too sure. But the Rover is going to be actually my first pick. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing the game. Obviously, I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to be checking guides to find like what's the most efficient way to go about it. I'll try to do my own most efficient way to go about it. But I don't want to look at a map and see like, oh, this is where all the treasure chests are going to be. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to go through this game like crazy. I'll be streaming like 12 hours a day at it. If you want to watch my stream, you can find me on twitch.tv/KittyKathee, obviously. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Yeah, let me know what you think. Do comment, like, subscribe, all the good, and I'll see you on stream, I think.